Hello friends and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into a critical and complex situation developing in Bangladesh after years of what many have described as autocratic rule. Under Sheikh Hasina, a new chapter has begun with Dr. Mohammed Yunus leading an interim government. However, the transition is far from smooth. Powerful forces appear to be working from the shadows to undermine this new administration, and we need to understand what's at stake. The central question is this: is there a coordinated effort to ensure the Yunus government fails? Let's look at the evidence. The new government is facing immense challenges from multiple fronts. It seems there's a deliberate strategy to create instability and paint the interim government as incompetent. A goal? To make the public disillusioned and pave the way for a return to the old guard. Think about it. During the previous administration, the state machinery, including law enforcement and civil administration, was deeply entrenched. These institutions were often criticized for acting in favor of the ruling party, rather than the people. Now, with a new government in place, are these same elements suddenly working for the good of the nation? Or are they acting as a hidden resistance, a tick, so to speak, slowly draining the life out of the new administration from within? We're seeing a non-cooperation movement, not from the streets, but from inside the very halls of power. This passive resistance is designed to paralyze the government, making it impossible for Dr. Yunus to implement any meaningful reforms. This brings us to the next critical point: the economy. Why are major industrialists and business owners hesitant to invest? Right now, on the surface, it might look like a lack of confidence in the new government. But could it be something more strategic? By holding back on new investments, they create a ripple effect. Fewer investments mean fewer jobs. Rising unemployment leads to public frustration and unrest. This economic pressure is a powerful tool. When people are struggling to make ends meet, they become desperate for stability, even if it means returning to a familiar, albeit authoritarian, system. It is a calculated move to create a crisis that only the strong leadership of the past can supposedly solve. This tactic puts immense pressure on the interim government, framing them as incapable of managing the economy and ensuring the people's well-being. Now, let's talk about the key players. The roles of the president and the army chief are under intense scrutiny. It's important to remember that these key positions were appointed during the Hasina government. Their loyalties are being questioned, and for good reason. Are they genuinely supporting the transition to a more democratic system? Or are they playing a double game? Observers are pointing to subtle moves and a lack of decisive action as signs of a hidden agenda. Their actions, or inactions, could be interpreted as part of a larger plan to protect the old power structure. This evil tactic, as some are calling it, is to appear neutral while actively working behind the scenes to ensure the system they benefited from remains intact. They are, in essence, seen as creations of the previous regime, potentially acting as its guardians. We also cannot ignore the geopolitical dimension. Bangladesh's powerful neighbor, India, is a major player in the region. The relationship between Sheikh Hasina's government and the Modi administration in India was notably strong. It's no secret that India's intelligence agency, RA, has significant interests and influence in Bangladesh. Many analysts believe that India prefers the stability and predictability that the Hasina government provided, a Yunus-led government, potentially leaning more towards Western democratic values, might not align with India's strategic interests. Therefore, there's a plausible argument that external forces, including RAW and the Modi government, could be working discreetly to destabilize the interim government. Their strategy might involve supporting the pro-Hasina elements within the administration and military, creating a narrative of chaos, and ultimately aiming to restore a government that is more favorable to their regional objectives. So, what does all of this mean? When you connect the dots, the internal resistance from the bureaucracy, the economic squeeze from industrialists, the questionable loyalties of key state figures, and the potential for foreign interference, a clear picture emerges. It looks like a multi-pronged, sophisticated attempt to engineer the failure of the Yunus government. The ultimate goal seems to be the return of Sheikh Hasina and her party to power. The strategy is to make the people believe that the experiment with a new, neutral government has failed, and that their only option for stability and progress is to return to the previous regime. They want the public to forget the issues of autocracy and suppression and instead focus on the manufactured chaos of the present. This is a pivotal moment for Bangladesh. The success or failure of this interim government will determine the country's political trajectory for years to come. The forces working to restore the old system are powerful and deeply embedded. The challenge for Dr. Yunus and his team is monumental, as they are not just fighting political opponents, but an entire system designed to resist change. The people of Bangladesh are watching, hoping for a genuine democratic future. But the path is filled with obstacles deliberately placed to ensure that future never arrives. The coming months will be crucial, and the world will be watching to see if democracy can prevail against such a coordinated onslaught. Thank you so much for joining me for this important discussion. The situation is evolving, and we'll continue to follow it closely. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our future updates. Your support helps us continue to bring these critical stories to light. Stay informed and stay safe.